The path of an entrepreneur, it's not a straight road, is it? It's more like a flight that takes you right through turbulent winds and really sudden storms. So what can we learn from nature's absolute master of the skies? In this explainer, we're going to unlock the lessons of the eagle to figure out how to truly soar in the world of business.
I mean, just think about that for a second. It's such a profound idea. Most of us, we're taught to run from trouble, to find shelter when things get tough. But the eagle? It teaches us that challenges aren't just obstacles to be avoided. They're forces we can actually harness. For an entrepreneur, this means a storm isn't just a threat. It's a massive opportunity to soar even higher.
All right, so here's our flight plan. We'll kick things off by talking about the storms every entrepreneur faces, because let's be real, they're inevitable. Then we'll dive into 3 huge lessons from the eagle: the power of vision, the absolute necessity of resilience, and the often forgotten strategy of renewal. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with your call to soar.
Okay, first things first. We have to understand the environment we're flying in, the entrepreneur's storm. Because the business world is almost never a calm, clear sky. It's this dynamic, often chaotic atmosphere. And just accepting that reality, well, that's step 1. Every single person leading a business has to navigate these things. That fierce competition, it feels like a headwind that's just constantly pushing you back. Financial risk, that's the turbulence that can shake your entire company to its core. And that ever-present possibility of failure, man, it can feel like a huge thundercloud just looming over you. So it's not a matter of if you'll face these storms, but how you prepare to fly right through them.
So how do you navigate all that chaos? Well, it all starts with where you're looking. And that brings us to our second section, and the first big lesson from the eagle: vision. You've got to have a perspective that's as sharp and as far-reaching as its legendary eyesight.
An eagle can spot its prey from miles away. It sees the whole big picture while being locked onto a very specific target. That is exactly what entrepreneurial vision is. It's not some vague, fuzzy idea. It's the real ability to see opportunities that everybody else misses and to anticipate where the market is going before it even gets there. That vision, it becomes your North Star, guiding every single decision you make. Now, what's really cool is how a strong vision works in 3 super powerful ways. First, it clarifies your purpose, your why. This is what gets people to believe in your mission. Second, it drives all your decisions. When you're at a crossroads, you can just ask, does this move us closer to our vision? Simple. And finally, it inspires. A really compelling vision is magnetic. It just energizes everyone: your team, your investors, your customers, the whole shebang. So vision gives you direction. But what happens when that storm hits you head on? That takes us to section 3, resilience. And this is where the eagle's behavior gets really counterintuitive, and it holds an incredibly powerful lesson for all of us. Just let that sink in for a minute. Instead of running from the storm, the eagle flies directly into it. It's learned that the very same winds that batter and threaten can also be used to gain altitude, to rise above all the chaos. So here's the key takeaway: adversity itself can become your greatest advantage. And this just lays it out so perfectly, doesn't it? The 2 mindsets. The conventional way is to seek shelter, wait it out, just try to survive the problem. But the eagle approach, it's all about engaging with the problem, finding the opportunity hidden inside the challenge, and using it as fuel for growth. So the real question for any entrepreneur is, which one are you going to be? See, when you adopt that eagle mindset, challenges completely transform. Adversity forces you to be creative, to pivot in ways you never would have thought of in calm weather. Setbacks, they're not failures. They're like free diagnostic tools that show you the real weaknesses in your business, giving you a chance to strengthen things before the next storm heads. And every single obstacle you overcome builds the mental and strategic muscle you'll need for whatever comes next. Okay, now for our final lesson, and honestly, this might be the toughest one of all: renewal. The eagle teaches us that long-term survival isn't just about facing storms. It's also about knowing when it's time to retreat, reflect, and intentionally shed what's holding you back. There's this powerful allegory about the eagle's renewal. The story goes that as an eagle gets older, its tools, its beak, its talons, they get worn down and ineffective. To survive, it has to go through this painful retreat, literally shedding the things that once defined its strength, all to make way for new growth. Now, while this might be more of a myth than a biological fact, the lesson it holds is absolutely profound. Real renewal requires a deliberate, sometimes painful act of letting go. For entrepreneurs, this is such a powerful metaphor for making those really tough decisions. Renewal means having the guts to shed a product that used to be a bestseller but is now just old news. It means letting go of a strategy that just doesn't work anymore,
or abandoning a mindset that's limiting your growth. It's all about creating space, because you can't grab hold of new opportunities if your hands are still clinging to what's old and heavy.
So we've looked at vision, resilience, and renewal. Now let's bring these powerful lessons together and see how they form a toolkit for any entrepreneur who's ready to really take flight.
Here it is, boiled down, your essential toolkit. Number 1, vision. You've got to cultivate that ability to see the horizon and stay focused on your ultimate goal. 2, resilience. Don't just put up with storms. Learn to use their energy to lift you higher. And 3, renewal. Have the wisdom and the courage to get rid of what no longer serves you to make way for new strength.
And ultimately, that's the powerful thought we're left with. The storms of competition, risk, and uncertainty, they aren't going away. They're just part of the landscape. The only choice you really have is how you respond. So the question is, are you going to seek shelter or are you ready to fly?